Welcome back to my channel. One of the questions that I've gotten lately, frequently, and maybe it's by the same person, just everywhere, is how do I cloth diaper affordably? I've talked about using the all-in-one newborn cloth diapering system, and I also talk a lot about Nuggles, and I know that these are more expensive brands than cheapies or wholesaler pricing that you can get on the internet. And so a lot of people have said, well, I can't afford this. And alright, so you can't afford this. That's okay. Some people can, some people can't. But today we're going to talk about how you can cloth diaper a newborn affordably. And this is a really big question. And when somebody asks it to me, I kind of shut down because there's a lot of different avenues that you can go. And being Canadian, I also come from a frame of reference where cloth diapers are kind of expensive. In the United States, cloth diapers are expensive, and then in Canada, add 30% to that. Yeah, expensive. A newborn all-in-one cloth diaper stash, brand new, $400. Not affordable for some people. In Canada, disposable diapers run about 20 cents a piece, which is $168 for a 12-week supply of diapers. Assuming that you're not doing any sale budgeting and you're buying them for 20 cents off Amazon, and that doesn't even calculate in higher brands if you're more environmentally conscious. So if we want to cloth diaper a newborn for under $150, $170, we have smaller array of options. And some people do jump straight into one size cloth diapering, which means that you can totally avoid this. And some people really do prefer a newborn cloth diaper because it offers a trimmer, smaller fit. And one of the things that I would really advocate for is having a mixed stash. It's really hard to know whether or not you're going to need newborn cloth diapers. And if you pitch me that question of, my last child was 8 pounds, my last child was 6 pounds, will I need newborn cloth diapers? I don't know. That's like a gamble. You really don't know. And I gambled with my last child, and we used newborn cloth diapers for 10 weeks. She was born 8 pounds and she grew like a weed, just like her brother. My first child, he was born 8 pounds and he was 12 pounds in a month. I went to Instagram and I asked. I know how I would cloth diaper for $150, but I think that everybody has different variations of that. One of the ways that you could do it is you could just go buy cheapies online, and you could probably do that for under $150. And when I was on Instagram, so we're going to pull up that Gabrielle Rystad, who was on the show, she suggested to just keep having babies. And yeah, that's one way to do it. Newborn cloth diapering, yeah, brand new, newborn, all-in-one stash, $400. If you had 4 kids, that's $100 a kid. However, I understand that we don't all have that kind of budget for that kind of long-term thinking. She also said that there might be some cheaper brands out there like Imagine Baby or pre-folds and covers. This is a trend, guys. Indigenous Treasures. She said she got her whole newborn stash for less than $70. I bought a bundle of newborn all-in-ones for $40 and some newborn pre-folds and covers for $6. So check out your buy and sells. And you can buy and sell newborn cloth diapers anywhere. So there's Facebook groups. I have a local group that I really like to shop in, and I have found great deals. If you don't have a local group, you could also look at your nearest metropolitan. So sometimes when I'm in the Vancouver area, I check out those sales, or you could go look at national boards. Like somewhere in Canada where we have a national cloth diaper group. However, shipping in Canada is a lot. So you're looking like $15, $20 just to ship something. So I really do prefer to keep it local. In the United States, you can check out bigger cloth diaper swaps as well as Merkai, often some great deals there, or in Canada also Kijiji, Craigslist, sometimes you find them there. So a couple other people also said yeah, they found some great deals online. So buying used is really going to be it. And when it comes to buying used newborn cloth diapers, if it's just been 1 or 2 owners, there's a lot less risk there because a newborn cloth diaper has only been used for a short period of time. But you are going to want to ask about things like elastics, newborn cloth diaper doesn't curl up on itself, then the elastics might be going, which doesn't always a bad thing. Sometimes that means that you just need to tug up the legs a little bit more than you would on a new one. The other one is to inspect the PUL. So if you're doing this local, flip it inside out, take a look at that PUL, make sure it's all good. Those are the two big things that you're going to be looking for. I would also consider the age of a product, and I'm personally very wary about buying anything older than 5 years on the buy and sell market, just because, you guys, time. There are a lot of things that kill elastics and PUL. And PUL only really has a washing span of 300 to 500 washes, the good high quality stuff, and the cheaper stuff like 100 to 200. But time also kills PUL, lamination, and elastics. So I try not to buy anything older than 5 years just because I feel like I'm not going to get that lifespan out of it. But something to think about. Check out your buy and sell pages and see if you can find used cloth diapers for half the price. Are you getting a good deal? Personally, in the current cloth diaper economy of 2019, I would not pay more than 50% for a used cloth diaper. If you're looking on the online market, I would Google. You can Google everything, guys. I would Google what did this product cost new? Nuggles Biddies cost $17.99 new. So I would probably want to pay 50 to 60% depending on quality, depending on brand for it. So in that case, I really wouldn't want to buy this for more than $8 to $10 a piece. If someone had it posted for $12, I know you're asking a fair price, but used diapers don't have value, guys. They don't. You're crazy. You used it. And so cheapy, like a Thinx newborn, sure, $5, so I don't want to pay more than $2.50 for it. True story. And I know there were a lot of costs about it, but maybe for another video we should talk about how cloth diapers shouldn't have resale value and people are crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Baby Snowflakes Us also said that she picked up Fuzzy Bun deals at an awesome price. So actually, I think she got that off a clearance section. So that's the other big advice if you're looking for cheap newborn or any cheap cloth diapers, is check out the clearance section. And you guys are gonna get tired of me talking about Nuggles, but I work for Nuggles. If you go to Nuggles right now, you check out their clearance section, you can get diapers for $10 a piece. They still have their BOGO clearance right now in January 2019. So you can get buy one, get one 50% off. Clearance sections are a great area to look for great deals if you want to buy a new product and keep it under a certain budget. The other thing is that you could pick and choose. So maybe you got a great deal and you can't find more used diapers, then you go and you buy a few things new or you buy a few things off a clearance sale. Clearance sales tend to happen in January and December. We also see big sales on cloth diapers on Earth Day, which is April 20th. We also see big sales on Black Friday, which is the 3rd Friday in November, and sometimes a spackling of sales throughout the year. Almost every cloth diaper brand in the big retail market will have a sale. A lot of cloth diaper retailers will have a 10% off sale during their birthday week, and a lot of brands go 15 to 20% off. Right now, Apple Cheeks is doing some clear outs. There's some great clear outs. If there's old prints lingering, they will also clear that stuff out. So another great place to look is for a clearance sale. So all about that fluff, she suggested picking a brand that will fit them longer. My Thirsty size 1s and newborn and buttons newborn covers are still fitting my 3-month-old and there's room to grow. For me, that makes investing in newborn cloth diapers worth it. And it's my first baby, so it helps that I'm going to be having more. So she's totally right. Choosing a system that is a size 1, size 2 system can help make newborn cloth diapering worth it and last longer, and cloth diapering from the hospital worth it. So a lot of companies such as Nuggles, Apple Cheeks, Thirsties, and I have a video about size 1, size 2 covers coming out soon, is a great way to newborn cloth diaper for an affordable price. So you can start cloth diapering then from 6 to 8 pounds, and it will carry you through to 12 to 15, and that's when you'll need to invest in a one size option. And if you choose a system that is a cover system, you need one cover for every 3 to 4 inserts, and that means that you can also keep your costs down. Buy full price new products, more expensive, but say for example you found the size 1 covers on a great deal, about $10 each, then you get you get 6 of them for $50, and then you could spend your other $100 on inserts. You could go to Walmart, you could get flour sack towels, you can get 5 for like $5, or you could repurpose an old receiving blanket or an old t-shirt. You could keep your costs really low by using a cover system versus an all-in-one or a pocket. So Squiggly Bugs, she's been also on the Cloth Diaper Podcast. She suggested the Imagine Baby Newborn All-in-One as a great affordable choice. It's also CPSI compliant and a great quality product. And while choosing something like the Imagine Baby isn't going to keep you under $160, it's something to think about adding a few to your stash. And I have time and time again on the podcast had guests say, don't buy an entire stash of one thing. And that goes with everything. Don't buy an entire 24 set of Nuggles of Imagine Baby. Just don't do it because you might not like it. But having 2 or 3 Imagine Baby budget friendly or Nuggles, which is what I've got in my hand, sorry guys, can really help your cloth diapering experience, because then you could have like a trim diaper for the days that you decide to go out of the house or the days that you really want to wear a cute outfit. Cloth Mama says, I'm no expert, but when we purchased newborn diapers, I bought used covers and pre-folds. It was very affordable and we used them for 3 to 3.5 months. Definitely. And that was how I started cloth diapering. My first stash is that I bought some cheap, budget friendly covers from Cozy Bums, which was my local retailer at the time, and a 24 pack of newborn diapers. I spent $125 and that was enough cloth diapering supplies, 4 to 5 $10 covers and the Bummies pre-folds on a Black Friday sale that kept me under $150, and that was a great way to get started cloth diapering. And it wasn't until my child moved into one size options that I bought one size covers, and I was able to still continue to use those pre-folds well into toddlerhood. I would totally suggest skipping newborn pre-folds because they are kind of just a tissue. They don't hold a lot, and I would get a 6 to 20 pound pre-fold instead, because for the most part those can contain 7 to 10 ounces of liquid and really carry you all the way into toddlerhood. Little Helpers Diapers commented they have a trial package. So that's the other thing. Some brands do offer cheap trial options. That's a great way to build your stash, try a bunch of different types, and see if it works for you. Bums on the Go is another Canadian cloth diaper retailer, and she offers a newborn rental service. And that's a great way to try out different brands. And you can see if there are newborn rental services in your areas or with a local retailer. Some of them will even ship their newborn rental systems, and that's a great way to get started. I don't know the price point on that. I'll go take a look and we'll insert a little video here about that. The Nappy Bucket, again, pre-folds and covers. So guys, I'm not sure if you're noticing a trend, but one of the most budget-friendly ways is pre-folds and covers. And I know it sounds intimidating if you've never used a pre-fold and cover, but it's easy. And it's easy to wash, it's easy to use, and yeah, it feels a little yucky. But it's just, guys, once you're in it, it's the way to go. The Diaper Drawer also agrees, pre-folds and covers. So Nikki, Little House of Stones, she recommended an affordable kawaii baby products. And honestly, when I look at their prices though, so sometimes this is where I had a couple of recommendations in here for cheap diapers off like the internet, but sometimes I would really recommend looking at those clearance sales, looking at used diapers, because like right now, I think you can get the Nuggles newborn in the clearance section for $10, which is just old prints, which is about the same price as a Kawaii Baby or an Alva Baby newborn cloth diaper. So Augie's Wear is secondhand. She also suggested buying secondhand. So she's Australian, and she said some of the Australian diapers I've learned is very expensive. So trying to find it secondhand can really make a difference. Baby paper bag Devs, she recently purchased a big lot of diapers during a year-end sale, which was a 30% off deal. So yeah, year-end sales, guys. We got some trends here. We got some big things. Mental Health Mom, I purchased used from Facebook groups and secondhand shops, and I found that a lot of different styles held up. And again, I'm getting some of the same kind of stories here about covers and pre-folds. I'm going to link up this post and you can read them all and check out that. Also, drop your ways that you cloth diapered on a budget. For me, if I was to only have $150 to spend on my next newborn, I would check out clearance sales. I would probably buy new because I have been burned buying secondhand more often than I care to admit. So I probably would try to buy my covers new so that I wouldn't have any issues with elastics or laminates. And then I would look for a cover that would last a long time because I make big babies. So I would probably, I would look for something like a size 1 Nuggles. I would also use a 1 size cloth diaper cover that has a longer fit and a better small fit. So when I think about my first, I'm thinking like the Grovia hook and loops. Those really fit quite small, as well as the Snap, though was a little bit of a funny. There are a few other cloth diapers that do fit small, like the 1 size does really fit down into a newborn diaper. So looking up at my stash, I'm thinking about like the AMP I really did like on a newborn. I also like the Apple Cheeks 1 size. I also like the Flip on a newborn. And then I did use a lot of size covers, so the Thirsty size 1, the Nuggle size 1, the Apple Cheeks size 1. And Bummies at the time had a size 1 that I used as well. And then I would use pre-folds. And for me, I would make the investment in a pre-fold that would last throughout. So whether that be something more luxurious like a size 2 Nuggles, which I feel could still fit a newborn baby if you did a burrito fold. Like this, I think. Or something like a medium size 2 Buttons, Grovia, Bummies, pre-fold. And then that would be the main absorbency that I would use from newborn all the way. And yes, newborn cloth diapering is going to be bulky. And yes, it's going to be awkward. And trying to put a size 2 on a baby is going to require you to fold it and snappy it. So this is a snappy. So here, we'll use this. Guys, there's no rules when it comes to cloth diapering. You can just fold it however you want. Now keep in mind that this baby is not a newborn. So I would use a bigger pre-fold, and I would spend the money on a bigger pre-fold just because then I could use it all the way to toddlerhood and I only have one expense, and it's just a matter of upgrading my covers to the size that my child is. And this way that you get a nicer trim fit. I mean, until your insert fits. So size 2, not bad really, actually. Baby, I've seen baby and worse. So that's what I would do. And if you can't afford pre-folds, new pre-folds, it's going to be hard to find them on the used market because they're really expensive to ship. That's when the next budget tip is to start repurposing things. One of my favorite things to repurpose is old receiving blankets. I typically buy these on the buy and sell market. I bought my first 8 for $10. So you're wanting to spend under $1. I've heard that sometimes you can get them for 50 cents at the thrift store, and they can be really big for a newborn. So like this one is massive. I would never put this on a newborn, but you could cut this in half. I just like snip it in half, and then you have an easy half flat. So, and then all you do is you just fold it however you want. So once you've got it into the shape of a half, so I would cut this in half for a newborn, and then you fold it and you fold it until you've got a pad, and then you put that pad in the diaper. You can also repurpose things like old cotton or bamboo sheets, and you could just cut them into 20 by 20, or I would probably do 25 by 25 squares. You could also take old shirts. So I'm a big girl, I'm a woman's extra large. So this is really big. This is good for a toddler, but you could deconstruct this with a pair of scissors and again, use these. The thing is that you could just put a call out on your Facebook group, on your local Kijiji, Craigslist, wherever people buy and sell locally, and be like, anybody have some old receiving blankets or some old t-shirts that they're not going to use that they want to trash, because I would love to repurpose them. And I think there's sometimes a little bit of a shame there with feeling like you're asking for that. But it's okay, guys. Just say, hey. And I wouldn't tell people what you're going to use them for. Say, I've got a DIY craft project I want to do. There's something I've been wanting to play with. Because once you say that you want to do it for cloth diapering, I think people would try to be like, oh honey, I'll just buy you a pack of disposables. So I wouldn't really tell them why you want it. I would just be like, I have a project. I would love some old t-shirts. And see what comes out of the woodwork. You can also just sometimes find, like, if you ask at your local thrift shop, sometimes they'll just have like a pile of scrapped fabric and you could be like, could you? Yeah. So I would cut this. For a newborn, I would probably just cut it in half, and then it's just one layer and it would be pretty trim. I'd probably cut off the sleeves and I would just start pad folding it. And these are pretty thirsty. So that's another way. You could also buy new fabrics, flour sack towels. I'm not a huge fan of flour sack towels because I find their absorbency to be pretty dismal for what I'm paying, and I would rather repurpose something. That's just a personal preference. I hope that gave you some ideas. I would love to hear your budget-friendly ideas. Add some ideas here. Thanks for joining this really long conversation. Bye.